Welcome to the NBA here on 2K Sports. Thursday Hoops. It's the Boston Celtics going up against the New York Knicks. And that's all for now. Time to hand it over to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K Sports crew. I'll be back with more at halftime.
Some call it the Mecca of basketball. New York City, the scene for tonight's game. 2K Sports presents Thursday night of the NBA. Joining me in the booth, Clark Kenwell and Steve Kerr. And this is Kevin Hart. And now a quick check of our starting lineups for both teams. First for the Celtics, Dunleavy is out there with Havlicek. A big game for this young man making his NBA debut. Then it's Nelson, and it's Johnson in at the 4 slot. And looking at the Knicks, Frazier is out there with Barnett. We've got Reed. He's thrilled for this one. Everyone will be watching now how he does in his first NBA official game. Then there's Bradley, and it's Russell in at the power forward.
You know, a big part of why the Celtics dropped so much last season was they weren't very good on the road. Ended with a 14-27 record away from home, which was by far the lowest of any team in the East that made the playoffs.
And as you said, Clark, rarely can you win just over a third of your road games like the Celtics did and expect to make the playoffs. In the had they played closer to 500 on the way. You know, Steve, there's a good chance they could have ended up as the 5th or the 4th seed.
Well, and in the Celtics case, it wasn't their defense, Kevin. It was their offense that betrayed them when they went out onto the road. They just couldn't win the close games. And, some of it was just age and injury, but so many of those road losses from last year, it just came back to haunt them, and that's why they ended up with that 7th seed.
A lot of high hopes for the Knicks in last year's playoffs. They started off so hot, but then let the series against Boston drag on, and eventually went to 7 games, and they fell to the Pacers in the second round after that.
And the Boston series did drag on them, you could tell. You wonder if they were a bit fatigued going into that Pacers series. Steve, Indiana just outplayed him, outworked him in every way in the second round.
Yeah, I think it was a factor, Kevin, and really the Knicks have only themselves to blame. They had Boston down 3-1 and a home game to close it out, but they couldn't get it done. And there's no doubt that affected them against Indiana in the next series.
Now the Knicks with it. Frazier with it. Back to Russell. Good, and it's Frazier who picks up the assist. Russell's got 5 points so far. And the Celtics with possession here. And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Kevin, here's what the Celtics head coach had to say when we spoke just a few minutes ago. I asked him what his focus was coming into the game, and he said rebound, saying if they can hit the glass with purpose each trip down the floor, they'll be able to be in a position to win this basketball game. Let's see how they board it, guys.
All right, Doris, thank you. So, Clark, an early focus on crashing the boards
well,
here.
That's always, Kevin, a big part of winning basketball is doing a good job on the glass. So many advantages come from owning the glass on both ends of the court.
Pocket 2, rejected by Johnson. Here's Nelson. Outside Bryant. Havlicek outside. He passes to Nelson. Outside Bryant. The Celtics need to get a shot off. 18 feet out. And it's Reed pulling it down.
He's one guy the defense is not afraid to leave open from that range, and for obvious reasons.
Frazier, the pass to Reed. Barnett. Here's Russell. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
You know, the Knicks got off to a fast start, but when you employ as many old bodies as they did last year, it's hard to sustain the level of play you need over the course of a full season. It's one reason they started to falter a bit late in the year.
Free throw good, Russell. And Clark, you said it, the Knicks did hit that lull last season right after the All-Star break into early March. But, Steve, when the vets saw the finish line in sight, they picked up their play and got back in it.
That's right. They won 13 games in a row late in the season, catapulting themselves back into the top tier of teams in the East, and let everyone know that they would not be exiting the playoffs early. That really was the start of that run.
And so Russell hits them both.
Well, you know, last season, I think, officially brought the immediate championship aspirations of the Celtics to a close. The 7th seed in the East, dispatched in the first round by the Knicks. The rebuild was on in full cycle.
And that one's good from Havlicek. Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. Frazier with it. Now guarded by Havlicek. Frazier dishes to Bradley. Back to Frazier. And back to the Celtics, making the playoffs, sure, but, you know, not like Steve back in 08 or 2010.
Well, this has been a phenomenal era, with KG and Pierce that is now a thing of the past. But look, they've hoisted a championship banner, very close to another. But it's just time to move on, and that's just the way it is in the NBA. These things go in waves, and the Celtics now in rebuilding mode.
And the first one at the line is good.
You know, the Celtics have always prided themselves on being a physical defensive team, and in years past they were pretty disciplined. But last season, they committed a number of fouls, way more than they should have for a team that wanted to be good defensively.
That one is no good. Well, as you said, Clark, about the Celtics, once again near the top in fouls committed. But if it is going to help them set the tone defensively, then, Steve, it probably is worth an extra couple of free throws for them.
Well, last year and really over the last several years, they've had a group of veterans that knew how to foul and when not to foul. And I think sometimes you have to commit a hard foul to keep a team from getting a momentum-changing bucket and just setting the tone with a toughness that has to be on display out there.
Here's Barnett after the made shot from Bryant. Frazier left side. And misses it off the right side of the rim. Boston trailing. And here's Havlicek. Shoots from the baseline. And there are the Celtics with another basket. The Knicks have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Frazier outside. Bill Bradley on the wing. Clock at 6. New York needs to get off a shot. Reed goes back up. Shot is no good. Now Boston takes it the other way. Here's Havlicek and another basket for Boston.
You start hitting a few of those mid-range shots, and it can open up your whole game.
And so New York calls timeout. They're first.
Well, for a long time, for the New York fans, going to see a Knicks game was an exercise in masochism, but they've turned it around in a big way, and now this is a tough place to play for a road team.
Sanders checked in for Boston. Howell comes in for Nelson. Knicks trail by 3. And Clark, that's what winning's going to do for you. The Knicks had the second best home record in the East last season as they won 31 games here.
Well, Kevin, there's so much mystique here in this building. I mean, everybody loves to play in New York. It's the mecca for basketball in this country. And when NBA players come into New York, they can't wait to play against this Knicks team. And the Knicks, they want to defend their home floor.
Celtics making a switch here. Boston leading by 3. Clark, their offense has been great here.
Yeah, I love the way they've looked. Really strong and together.
Yeah, and very aggressive, too, keeping the defense off balance with their ball movement. I like the way they look.
Now, here is Havlicek. 6 points for him.
And that's a shot he had to take.
For sure, it was a good decision, just poor execution.
Sanders with the steal. Now, here is Havlicek. D right on him.
Well, this is how you completely rattle an opponent's rhythm.
Yeah, you know, such terrific on-the-ball defense to trigger the transition opportunity.
And it wasn't just the tough D, it was the exclamation point they put on the fast break with the slam.
Number 25, defended by Howell. Pass to Warren. 5 to shoot. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. Boston making a switch here. The Celtics on offense. They're on a 13-5 run. Outside, White. Kicks it to Sanders. And the pass to White. 6 on the shot clock. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
It had been almost 2 decades since the Knicks had finished atop the Atlantic Division, guys, and since the most recent alignment changes in '04, they had never finished first. That changed last year.
And the first one drops. Yeah, the Atlantic title had just gone between the Nets and the Celtics for the last 11 or so seasons, but finally the Knicks were able to reach the top, and they did it in a year, Steve, where the division was loaded with good teams.
Yeah, no doubt. With the Celtics, Nets, and Knicks, pretty good solid teams there. And, I thought the Knicks had an excellent season all in all, but in New York the expectations are high, and they want more than just an Atlantic Division title.
Here's Warren. Pass to May. To the paint. Here's Black. And the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a three-point play.
What a play. The hoop plus the harm.
Excellent concentration on the finish. That's big time.
And he's got his first chance at the line here. On the free throw, no good.
You knew that at some point the window for the group of Celtics that had won a title was going to close. I mean, it was inevitable, but last year seemed like they were going to go for one last hurrah as they added some depth and looked to reload for another run.
Now here's White. The shot no good. Some solid D here from May. Knicks trailed by 4, and getting back to the Celtics and Rondo's injury, a lot of people expected them to start the rebuilding process. Ended up standing pat at the deadline, Steve, even though there was, it seemed, a lot of interest.
You know, you want to give that group, KG and Pierce and Rondo, you want to give them another run. And they had their last hurrah. They didn't get it finished. And now you start the rebuilding project. So a lot of trades, a lot of movement over the summer. But I like the fact that they gave that club one more run.
And so here is New York after the made shot from Barnes. The feed now to Warren. They set the pick. And Sanders pulls it down.
And this is why you need size inside, the ability to contest shots and force misses.
Steve, that's exactly right. Even when you get in close, it's still a tough shot.
Here's Howell. And the layup falls. And now an 8-point Celtic lead.
I'll tell you what, the defenders didn't even get a sniff of him on that move to the hoop.
And we've reached the end of the first quarter. It's the Celtics up by 8. And don't go away. We'll be back momentarily. And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And the Celtics guys, what jumps out to you stats-wise?
And they've done a nice job here offensively to establish a rhythm and a pace to this game.
And I like that they're finding ways to score. Playing well here, Steve.
Celtics leading by 8. Outside, White. White, left side. 4 on the clock. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. And so here is New York. Now Warren. He dishes it to Russell. He feeds it to Reed. Unloads from 9. Uses the glass to drop it in. Reed's got the first basket of the second quarter for the Knicks.
Not enough defense there to throw him off his shot. Sometimes it takes more than one defender on him down low.
White gets the screen from Johnson. And stolen by Russell. And now the Knicks on the break. Oh, took the contact and tried to throw it down over the top. But instead, he'll shoot free throws.
Gotta like the way he took it strong there, attacking the rack.
And the defense fouling him there to prevent the dunk.
The Knicks have made 4 free throws from the line and missed 2.
Well, last year, collectively, I mean, this team shot 74% from the free throw line. Pretty low number.
You know, something you can point to when you're talking about their areas of success last season, free throw shooting.
Boston making a switch here. And so Russell hits them both. Quarter number 2 with just over a minute gone. Johnson with a screen on Frazier. Bryant with it. Now defended by Frazier. Johnson gets the bucket.
They've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball into the paint.
Yeah, they've been the aggressors, Clark, and getting the ball inside into that lane area has been huge for them.
Frazier kicks to Russell. The dish to Bradley. Some nice passing by New York here. Feeds it to Reed. From 13, that's good. Reed's got 4 points in the quarter.
They started the game off tortoise-like, but their offense coming to life.
Tortoise-like. Wow, Clark. Yeah, they're putting it together, but still trailing. Their offense is finally getting some traction.
Now here's Johnson. Nelson, the pass to Bryant. Dishes it to Johnson. Shot clock at 5. Here's Nelson. Again, the Celtics good for 2. Knicks trail by 6. Frazier dishes to Bradley. Barnett. Pass to Frazier. He kicks it to Reed. Here's Barnett. He passes it to Russell. 5 on the clock. Pass to Barnett. The feed to Frazier. Kicks to Bradley. There's the pass to Russell. Frazier outside. Passes to Reed. Back to Frazier. Another shot. Good as the jump shot falls.
They can't afford to give him that kind of look.
Well, it came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you got to fight over the top of that.
And now the first timeout called here for Boston.
You know, he wants to tinker a little bit, and he's taking the time to do so right here.
Yeah, I think you're right. He just didn't like some of the things he saw out there, a bit uncomfortable, and wanted to talk it over.
The Celtics making a switch here. So it's the Celtics now. 4-point game. He dishes it to Havlicek. Nelson outside. Back to Havlicek. Shot clock at 6. A step-back shot here. It's rebounded by New York.
That was not pretty there. You got to make that one, but maybe that's not his range.
Frazier against Bryant. Pulls up on the elbow. They get it again. And Bradley gets it to go.
Strong rebounding, and he's rewarded with the easy putback.
The Celtics have gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. And Bryant kicks to Nelson. They set the pick. Number 11, guarded by Brent. The shot is off. New York trailing.
Anytime you have an offense that's based on a lot of isolations, you're not going to get a ton of assists. Despite being right at the bottom in terms of team assist totals, the Knicks were still a pretty good offensive team.
Here is Havlicek. Following the score by Walt Frazier. Bryant drives in. He feeds it to Nelson. Number 29, Reed covering, gets it to go. And the Celtics lead by 2. Clark, as you said, the Knicks were a solid team on offense in the top third amongst all NBA teams. But, Steve, it wasn't because they were zipping the ball around.
No, they ran a lot of isolation plays, particularly for Carmelo Anthony. And it was effective at times, but you could see when the Knicks struggled, it was usually because their offense kind of came to a halt and they weren't able to generate the movement to open up their three-point shooting.
Here's Havlicek, and there are the Celtics with another basket.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
Pass to Barnett. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup. Celtics have gone 4 of 7 from the field in this second quarter so far. And Bryant kicks to Havlicek. Fires from the wing. Kept alive by Boston. Makes the lead pass. There it is, guys. That Olay defense. Just watching him go, Clark, right by.
I think we might be seeing which team is ready to take control of this game.
Yeah, that's a dunk that could absolutely get them going. I agree, Clark.
New York calls timeout. The Celtics making a switch here. Barnes is checked in. Now the dish to Frazier. The ball's knocked loose. Frazier against Bryant. There's 1:47 left in the second quarter. Feeds it to Havlicek. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Bryant. And again, it's Boston converting. Knicks trail by 4. Frazier kicks to Bradley. He passes to Barnett. New York moving it around. Pass to Bowman. Covered by Barnes.
That's foul number 2 on him. It might not warrant sitting him entirely, but another one before halftime, they could be in some trouble.
Sanders checked in for Boston. We've got 1:13 left in the first half. Barnett passes to Bradley. 6 to shoot. Nelson with the steal. Dishes to Havlicek. Havlicek right side. It's rebounded by Bowman.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far. Drop back the finger roll. That's a nice finesse move to pull off with the defense all over him.
And so it's Boston with it. Havlicek outside. And out of bounds as the Knicks gain possession. Howell's checked in for Nelson. Knicks have gone 8 of 10 from the field here in the second quarter. You've got to like how they've shot the ball. Bradley dishes to Frazier. He kicks it to Reed. Nice D from Sanders. Number 12, Reed covering. Havlicek the pass to Howell. From deep. He got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. Second quarter ends in a tight one. Celtics lead by 2. And coming up after the break, it'll be Damon Bruce breaking down all the highlights from the first half of play.
Now, presented by Sprint.
Welcome to the halftime report for this Thursday night. A tightly contested game for Boston up against the New York Knicks. Second chance points, a major key so far. They've been the first to the ball whenever there's a missed shot. John Havlicek is the game's leading scorer. He's got 10 points and also has contributed with his passing, making some assists. Looking at New York, they're definitely making plays as well. They've boosted their offense with a steady diet of made free throws. Willis Reed making the most of his minutes. After 2, he's got 6 points, and his defense has been very solid. He's been bothering shots. He's keeping his hands active, making it difficult for guys to score on him. And that's it for now. Thanks for stopping in with us. It's time to head back to Kevin Harlan, Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke, who are all ready with the call in the second half.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
And we welcome you back. Glad to have you with us as more basketball is on the way. During the break, the players getting refueled with Gatorade. And they're looking amped up and ready to get going once again. Without question, John Havlicek displaying his skills.
I like that he didn't force anything in that first half. His decision-making was really flawless.
That being the case, Steve, I think they want him to be more assertive in the second half. Look to take more shots. Be a little more shot hungry, even the tough ones.
Now here's Bryant. Back to Havlicek. Havlicek right side. Just 5 to shoot. Gets it to go. Havlicek's got the first bucket of the third here for Boston. Knicks trail by 4. Frazier kicks to Reed. Barnett. The feed to Russell. The kick out to Frazier. Outside Bradley. Back to Frazier. The pass to Reed. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
Well, he's established himself as one of the league's premier clutch performers, with some unbelievable plays down the stretch of tight ball games.
And something else he has is an array of moves in the paint. You can make a training video for young players to figure out how to play down low in terms of how he gets it done inside.
And both free throws good for Reed. The Celtics with the lead. And about a minute of action so far in the third quarter. Havlicek, Barnett covering. Outside Bryant. And it's blocked. And a fast break now for New York. Bradley passes to Barnett. There's the block. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Knicks will retain possession. Bradley gets a screen from Russell. Here's Barnett. And it's off the back rim, no good.
That's one he knows he should have made.
Johnson sends the screen for Bryant. Havlicek dishes to Bryant. Kicks it to Johnson. Passes it to Nelson. Just 4 to shoot. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Pretty bad defense letting the offense get right to the rim, but smart play to foul once he was there.
But you know it's going to happen, and they sent a message right there. Nothing easy inside.
The Celtics have converted 1 of 2 free throws so far today. First one falls for him. Both free throws good for Nelson. Knicks trailed by 4. Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
Frazier kicks to Bradley. He dishes it to Reed. The shot misses. And it's Boston the other way.
And they've missed the first 3 shots of the third quarter.
Number 29, Reed covering. And Bryant kicks to Havlicek. Just 5 on the clock. And it's Reed pulling it down. Reed's got 6 rebounds in the game. Here's Frazier. Takes it off the glass. Frazier's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
And they get one to go now after missing their first 3 shots. Maybe this will kick them into gear.
Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Now a timeout called by Boston. And the Celtics making a change here. Frazier against White. Havlicek outside. White the pass to Howell. Can't get it to go. Nice D from Black. The Knicks have gotten just one of their first 4 shots to fall since coming out of the locker room at the break. Frazier with it. Now defended by White. A nice shot by Frazier.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. And defensively, the wind has just been knocked out of their sails.
Need to get more bodies committed down low.
Now here's White. White left side. Just 5 to shoot. Havlicek defended by Warren. Lets it fly. Kept alive by Boston. The kick out to Havlicek. He feeds it to Nelson. Pass to White. There's the dish to Havlicek. Good on the baseline, Jay. Havlicek's got 4 points this quarter.
Wow, he was just wide open there. That's way too easy.
Frazier against White. Frazier kicks to Warren. Back to Frazier. Frazier left side. Poked away and stolen by White. Powered down with both hands. And what's your take, guys, in the hustle stats for the Celtics?
Boy, defensively, they've played with a high energy level, guys, and all the steals we've seen, really a result of that aggressiveness.
They've repeatedly gotten out on the break tonight as well and scored a lot of baskets in transition.
New York calls timeout. Without question, John Havlicek displaying his skills.
He's in one heck of a groove with the scoring. They're going to talk it over and try to figure out how to slow him down.
The Celtics making a switch here. And it's the Knicks with the ball. Trailing by 4. Feeds to Warren. Shot clock at 6. Number 6. And it's good with time running down in the shot clock. The Celtics have gone 3 of 7 on field goal attempts here in the second half. Pass to Havlicek. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
How about the game Havlicek's been having? He has 14 points, and he's rejected a shot over the course of the game, too.
That seems like it could have been more because he's been in position to make plays defensively most of the game.
That's good from Havlicek. Celtics making a switch here. Both free throws good from Havlicek.
There's not a lot you can say that hasn't been said before about his skill at the charity stripe.
Knicks trail by 4. Frazier outside. Doubled by Sanders. Number 6, covered by Havlicek. Dishes it to Reed. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. The Celtics making a switch here. Celtics leading by 4. He kicks it to Johnson. Johnson off the pick from Howell. The Celtics making a switch here. Ryan's checked in. Shot clock at 5. The feed to Johnson. And that one goes long.
You know, not only is the game neck and tight, but the rebounding battle is too. Extremely close on the board.
Yeah, both teams have really put in a terrific effort down low.
That's good. The Celtics with the lead. Now here's Bryant. Nice ball movement by Boston. Johnson outside. And there's the pass to Havlicek. Blocked. Out of bounds. New York takes possession.
Man, I don't know what happened right there. We just basically walked out of bounds.
Here is Frazier. He's got 9. Outside Bradley. Kicks it to Reed. Oh, that's blocked. Out of bounds. New York takes possession. Celtics making a switch here. The Knicks have gone 4 of 9 from the floor so far in the third. Here's Russell. Passes it to Reed. That ties it up. Reed's got 10 points.
Seems like they're on their heels every time defensively because the ball continues to go into the post.
Well, if they don't pick up the aggression, things are only going to get worse.
Now, here is Havlicek. He's got 16. There's the pick. Clock at 6. They swipe it. Barnett passes to Bradley. And pushing it up, here's Boston. Bryant's running. Shot is off. Nice D from Russell. For New York, they've gone even 5 of 10 on shot attempts in the third. That puts them in the lead. They got on this roll a while ago, and they just haven't looked back.
Good defense, but gotta love the finish with the finger roll over the top.
And Bryant kicks to Sanders. Pass to Howell. We've got 22 seconds left in the third. John Havlicek on the wing. Busted. No good that time either. Russell with it. Frazier outside. That misses. Would have counted had it gone in. We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. New York ahead, up 2. And we'll have the start of the fourth quarter for you as soon as we get back from this short break. Thanks for joining us again as we get set for the fourth quarter. A terrific game so far. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for New York.
Well, they're taking high percentage shots in the paint. I like the way their offense is clicking.
It's been a hot shooting night for them, too. I mean, they've hit a lot of those mid-range jump shots.
The Knicks with the lead. Warren the pass to May. He dishes it to Warren. Now the pass to May. 6 on the shot clock. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a three-point play.
Their interior defense has been dismal.
Yeah, and unfortunately their offense in the paint hasn't been a whole lot better.
The Celtics making a switch here. That free throw good from May. Celtics trail by 5. And White kicks to Havlicek. Back to White. Nelson outside. Outside White. 4 on the shot clock. White gets the screen from Johnson. And it's White missing.
He got the shot he wanted off that pick, just couldn't get it to fall.
But, Steve, they'll take that play all day long, 10 times out of 10. That was good action.
And so it's New York with it. Nelson with the steal. All alone. Throws down the breakaway jam.
Textbook example there of how to use defense to create offense.
Yeah, beautiful transition play after the steal all the way to the basket.
Wasted no time going from defense to offense.
Yeah, it feels like they're starting to pick up the intensity as the game itself starts to get a little more tight and close.
And so here is New York after the basket by Boston. 5 to shoot. Here's Warren. Great touch on the 16-footer. And the Knicks lead by 5. And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half in this fourth quarter. Havlicek kicks to White. Back to Havlicek. Picked him clean. 3 on 3. He feeds it to Warren. New York moving it around. Passes it to Black. Johnson on him. Fades. It's blocked. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. White dishes to Havlicek. Back to White. He passes to Johnson. Out of bounds. New York takes possession. And a whole new group out on the floor for the Celtics. New York leading by 5. Frazier the pass to Reed with the lead pass. Good.
Unbelievable shot there. He busted out the trick release and left the defender dazed and confused.
And here is Bryant. Havlicek outside. Back to Bryant. Havlicek outside. High arcing shot. Count that one.
Yeah, he's one of those guys that's special because he lives for the big moments. Fearless. I mean, he will take any big shot down the stretch. He wants the ball in his hands.
And also, if you watch him on the defensive end, you can see how tough it is to screen him off a play. I mean, he goes through it, around it, or under. He finds a way to shake off screens.
Celtics trail by 7. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
Back to Bryant. Havlicek outside. Nails it from the high post. Havlicek's got 10 points in just the second half. New York leading by 5. Here is Frazier. Outside Bradley. Pass to Reed. The feather touch on the finger roll. Beautiful.
You know, they'll want to generate more of those shots in tight, guys.
For Boston, they've gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. And Bryant kicks to Havlicek. Back to Bryant. Havlicek outside. 6 to shoot. And that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line.
Well, he certainly isn't the one to blame for them being in the hole. He's been on the money with his game.
That's good from Havlicek. New York calls timeout. And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Kevin, I had a chance to find out what the Knicks coach was going over with his guys. He was absolutely adamant, saying, don't let them off the hook. Let's keep our foot on the pedal and keep doing the things that have gotten us here this far. We're almost home.
Now here's Frazier. Pass to Barnett. The dish to Russell. Johnson's there. Hits the bucket. And the Knicks lead by 6.
You know, it's really going to be all about hard work from this point on. And they worked hard to create that high-quality shot right there.
Yeah, and that's their goal down the stretch. Continue to find those close-range shots.
Now a timeout called by Boston.
Well, just too many easy buckets, you know, in and around the paint. So he wants to put a stop to it. This timeout is going to be used to try to tighten up the defense.
Guys, at this level, they won't miss often if you keep giving up looks inside, and they're paying for that right now. Good timeout here.
Now Bryant feeds to Havlicek. Back to Bryant. Dishes it to Havlicek. Shot clock at 6. And another basket for Boston.
Well, that shot keeps them at 100% from the field this quarter.
New York leading by 4. Now here's Frazier. He kicks to Bradley. And there's the feed to Russell. Back to Bradley. New York moving it around. Russell dishes to Reed. Backing him down. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. That free throw good from Reed.
They got to keep fighting their way to the line, guys. This half has been nothing but success for them there.
And their confidence has to just continue to go up the longer their perfection continues.
Now, here is Nelson. Kicks to Havlicek. Here's the teardrop. They get it back. Second chance shot. And the rebound goes to the Knicks. Reed's got rebound number 7 for him tonight.
Good rebound there, but overall, they're getting outworked on the glass.
Steve, I think that's what you'd expect, seeing what the score is.
Shakes off the strong D and gets to the bucket for 2. And now it's a 9-point New York lead. Here is Bryant. He dishes it to Havlicek. That's good. Havlicek's got 11 here in this quarter alone.
No matter what the score is, his attitude has been perfect. I love his disposition. He has stayed in attack mode.
The Knicks leading by 7. Frazier with it. Back to Russell. The pass to Reed. He feeds it to Russell. There's the dish to Reed. Rockets hits. Johnson over to help. Here's Bradley. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Celtics trail by 7. The drive by Bryant. Got a piece of it. Havlicek outside. Passes it to Nelson. 6 to shoot. Pass to Bryant. From deep three-point range.
Not sure what he was thinking there, because that was not a good shot.
Yeah, it would help if he was actually capable of making it. Stay in your range.
Yeah, close, but I didn't think he got on balance quickly enough.
And it's hard to draw charges as quick as players are at this level. That's not an easy bit of work there.
There's 37 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Barnett passes to Bradley. Shot clock at 6. And the Knicks good for 2.
And tack on a few more points to the lead. Why not? I suppose this is an emphatic showing for this club.
And Steve, they did it in style, a beat down the entire way.
Now a timeout called by Boston. They trail by 9. 23 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Boston making some changes. Outside, White. Pass to Howell. The 15-footer. It's rebounded by New York. And here is Warren. So it's New York picking up the win. Both teams played well, but these guys had the edge.
Yeah, I think so. They were just steak knife sharp. Very on top of their game here.
Well said. Thank you for joining us for this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. For Clark, Steve, and Doris, and the rest of the crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Last but not least, here is your Jordan Player of the Game, Willis Reed.